What is up, team? So in today's video, we're going to be diving into Kadena right now, currently having a nice little pump above $2. Okay, so we're currently trading at $2.14, up 5.45%, market cap of 400 million or right under 400 million, ranked right above or right under 101, the top 100, as you guys can see. In no doubt we're going to go back above 100, 280,000 people. So people are adding Kadena to their watch list, guys. I don't know if you guys remember, but every time I mention this number, it keeps increasing. So this is fantastic news. And before I get into the charts, guys, real quick of Bitcoin and KDA and my price prediction, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more daily updates, especially on KDA. And guys, this is my Solana trade that is currently pumping right now. I have a official trading channel in the description below. So it's very new. Everyone has been coming up to me and asking me if I do have a VIP Telegram signal channel, and I just made one a couple days ago. And as you guys can see, we are up 31% together on our trade. So feel free to check that out. And let's dive into KDA. So Kadena right now currently having a nice little pump, as you guys can see, or not nice, but up 2.13%. Having a look at the RSI, where can KDA go? So we are entering overbought territory right here. So we know that in Kadena on the daily time frame, anything that's overbought, right, we usually come on a decrease. But we could also enter a parabolic phase. So as you guys can see, Bitcoin is entering a parabolic phase. So can we see altcoins go parabolic until Bitcoin hits $28,000? So I'm going to dive into Bitcoin first, but before, let's have a look at this resistance for Kadena. Okay, so we do have some resistance right here sitting at 2.26, and then we have another one sitting right here at 3.32. If Kadena does indeed go, or if Bitcoin does go to $28,000, we could see Kadena go as high as $3.3, which is, of course, if you're going to take this trade on a leverage long, let's say 2x, you could make 100%. Now, I don't recommend doing that. I don't know how high or how overbought we're going to get once we get to that region, but we're going to have to see how this plays out. On the weekly time frame, guys, we are oversold still. Okay, yes, this is the oversold area in my opinion. It seems like we want to have a nice little reversal, and if we do, we could pump to as high at this region as 2.27. Now 2.27 does come and correlate with the resistance at 2.25, 2.27 on the 20th of September 2021. We had this nice little pump. Whoa, let me collapse that real quick, sorry. Let's have a look at the log chart real quick. On the log chart, it seems like this is just a nice little resistance or a nice little pump. Nothing too crazy. It seems like this is just a dead cat bounce slash relief bounce. It's very possible that we do this, hit 2.23 before coming back down, but we're going to have to see. If Bitcoin does end up going to or $28,000, we could see Kadena go as high as 3.33. We're going to have to see how this plays out. And of course, guys, everything does depend on Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin's king, guys. I mean, there's no question about that. We're going to be diving into Bitcoin real quick. Good news on KDA. We are above the 50 moving average. We had a nice little crossover above the 9th moving average as well. So this is holding as support, as you guys can see. Let me remove the drawing real quick. We are getting resisted right here or supported right here by the 9th moving average. And the fact that the 50 moving average crossed, this just shows good momentum towards the upside. Having a look at the exponential moving average. Now, this is the big thing. On the EMA ribbon, guys, we haven't had that breakout right here on the EMA ribbon, that proper breakout since I would say since the April 6, 2022. So it's been quite some time. We had this nice little downtrend, and every time we came back to the EMA ribbon, we kept getting rejected. We saw all this holding as a nice little resistance. So things are looking quite well for Kadena. The fact that we are above the EMA ribbon for the first time in quite some time just says a lot. But don't remember, we had this fake out right here and this fake out right here before coming back down. But this is multiple closure above the exponential moving average on KDA. So this is it for Kadena. Let's diving into Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is way far more important because Bitcoin is king, guys. And a lot of things that the thing that a lot of people are talking about is this parabolic run. So if I take this, not this circle, if I take this curve right here and I put it up like that, people are talking about this curve that Bitcoin can potentially go into a parabolic phase. So if this happens, I mean, we could, I'm not saying we're going to go back to $80,000, 60, 79,000, 69, whatever it is, but we could have this nice little parabolic move to as high as $28,000, which is it's a nice pump for Bitcoin, sitting right here at 22.89%. That is a pretty good pump. And assuming Bitcoin does go to $28,000 or $29,000, we could see altcoins pumping very, very high back to this resistance. So, but I don't believe that Bitcoin passes this region right here, 28,000, 31,000. It's very possible that we do something like this. We pump, consolidate before dumping back down for the next run, or the next leg run down. And another thing that I want to talk about is these EMA ribbons. We had a massive amount of ugly wicks right here. So this is another thing. We are still below the exponential moving average. And another thing I want to have a look at is this thing right here. So if Bitcoin does fall below this curve right here, we're most likely going to come back and retest this area right here, which is $18,000. And another thing is that we are in a trend, guys. So if I actually remove this and I take the trend line, which is something like this, we have 1, 2, and then 3 touches. So we know, guys, the trend is your friend until it bends. There's no question about that, right? So until Bitcoin breaks that, I mean, I'm not going to be bearish just yet. But if we do have 1 or 2 closure below this area, especially below 21,188, then yes, we will be bearish in my opinion. But we're gonna have to see how things come out next week. Weekly candle, I mean, the daily candle does end in 4 hours and 49 minutes. The weekly candle right here ends in 1 day and 5 hours. So we have 2 straight weekly candles. So things are looking good. In my opinion, I think we're going to end the candle in green, but we're going to have to see. Having a look at the RSI as well, things are looking very, very good on the RSI. It seems like Bitcoin does want to grow a little bit. Now, the thing is if we grow slowly and we go up slowly on the monthly time frame, or the daily time frame, weekly time frame, then the RSI is going to keep moving up. And by the time we get to, $28,000, we're going to be in the overbought territory. And then we're going to come down for massive rundown. Now, a few things I want to talk about is the Elliott wave pattern. Elliott wave pattern is something that I've been mentioning for quite some time. Okay, now ever since we essentially came down on this wave right here and we broke this support, I knew that we were in the Elliott wave pattern. Now this is 3 waves. Okay, Elliott wave pattern consists of 5 waves. So it's very possible that Bitcoin comes to as high as $27,000, $28,000 before coming back down for the 5th and final wave to, let's say, $12,000. Now we know that on the Elliott wave pattern, the 3rd wave, or this wave right here, is the biggest, okay, which is a 3rd wave. So we saw this was the 1st wave, and then this was the 2nd wave, right? And then the 3rd wave is usually the biggest, followed by correction. So in an Elliott wave pattern and a downtrend, you're going to have 3 essentially drops, 1, 2, 3, followed by an ABC correction. And then after that, we could essentially see what will happen. Maybe we're going to consolidate for a little bit, maybe for another year, maybe for another 5 months, 6 months. Who knows? We're going to have to see. Things aren't looking so good right now with the Feds keep raising interest rate. Inflation is high. People are scared of a food shortage. So the focus is more towards, accumulating food right now and accumulating other things that are more important than just Bitcoin stocks and gold. Of course, for battling inflation in the long term, Bitcoin is here to stay. Bitcoin's king. I mean, there's no question, guys. There's only 21 million Bitcoins. We're 9 billion people in this world. So I don't see a reason why Bitcoin wouldn't be here in the next 10 years. But things are looking good. Corrections are good. For those who complain about getting Bitcoin under $20,000, guess what? You could get it at maybe potentially at $12,000, because this is my target for the bottom, guys. My target for the bottom, it is around this area, anywhere between $9,000 to $12,000. So this is my video on Bitcoin and Kadena, guys. If you guys like this video, of course, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe once again, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.